Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat, and today is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. I have an Ollie just right there. Hi. You gonna come up? You gonna come up? Yes, there he is. There's the Ollie. Yes, tail flicking. He wants to play. He's very playful today. Yes, yes. What a wonderful March 9th it is on this glorious day. So, I didn't stream yesterday at all. I was going to stream Subnautica as I usually would do in the afternoon, but I was tired. I was very tired, and today I'm a little sore as well, as Ollie makes his way to the other side of the desk. Hi. Just don't lick my water bottle, and don't go for the light. Just be nice. Be nice, Ollie. So yesterday, I did a lot of unpacking of items. Various items. What are you doing? He's playing with the top of a peanut butter jar. Hello? Go get it? Go get it? What? I don't know. What, Ollie? He's trying to make fun, which is always the biggest problem. And if you pet him too much, he'll start to try to bite. So yeah, yesterday I was unpacking boxes. I also broke down, collapsed a bunch of boxes and moved them, and was moving a lot of stuff around, and was very, very tired come the afternoon hours. It was, yeah, a bit more than I usually do. Yes, and I have my pain pills out. Hi, Ollie. What do you have against the bottle of pain pills to knock it down? Huh? Why are you knocking it down? Huh? And then I had to make my dinner that I'll have for several days. I prefer cooking once if possible, and then have that for an extended period of time where you just have to warm it up. Type of a deal. Wonderful deal. Hey. What do you got? What do you got? That's the straw to the pressured air. I thought you were afraid of the pressured air. You like the straw? He wants the straw. Hi. Go get it. Off he goes. Hey. That's one way to get him to run away. So yeah, I made chili in our Instant Pot, which means that I had to make a space to put the Instant Pot in the kitchen, and then do all of the food prep for it, and get it all in the pot, cooked up, ready to go. Takes a while after having already spent the day doing a bunch of physical work. On top of that, I was actually a bit dehydrated. I had to, in the midst of my prep work, just sit down and drink a bunch of water, because I was starting to get cloudy thoughts. Brain wasn't straight, and I don't like whenever that happens. I really don't like not feeling in complete control of my brain. So yeah, that was definitely an experience, let me tell you that for sure. I don't know if I really want to be doing that again. I also know that the chili came out wonderfully. It was very good. Now, in terms of what it was, I didn't follow a recipe exactly. It's just 5 pounds of ground meat, a big roll, 5 pound roll of ground meat in the Instant Pot with a can of crushed, a bigger can of crushed tomato, a standard can of diced tomato, and a double-sized can of tomato paste, along with 1 whole chopped onion and 2 chopped bell peppers, and a few sticks of celery chopped. and it turned out wonderfully. Yay. It was amazing, actually. And oh yeah, and seasonings, salt, pepper. I have these little salt pepper blends of multiple herbs and spices that I tend to use for most things. It's just little mixes of all the various things. Stuck that in and stuck a little bit of ghost pepper hot sauce in there for good measure. And yeah, it was really really good, especially with cheese and with a little hot dog sausage on top of it. I put a picture of what that looked like on my Discord. That was my dinner that I made myself yesterday. And the others also had some. It was really good. Especially after a long day of unpacking items from boxes and cleaning up boxes. Oh boy. As for what was in the boxes, it was board games as well as puzzles, primarily, that I wanted to get out and shelved out of boxes and put in a final resting location where they will rest for the entirety of time that we are in this house, I'm pretty sure, because we don't do board games, we don't play board games, we don't make puzzles all that much. There's been one puzzle done in these past 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And yeah, just to show how much socializing we do in this house. But these things needed a place to live. There was a section in the den in a back corner that had a little white shelving unit that had a whole bunch of old newspaper and mail put into it that you may need to go through the old mail and the old newspapers to see what you need to shred versus what can just be thrown away. And it never got done. I did it myself. I pulled out all the things that were envelopes that would actually need to be gone through and pulled out all of the various weekly circulars, all the various newspapers that were there, the various little magazines, old periodical magazines, fashion things that you get in the mail every so often. And yeah, just got them all set to go to recycling. Which I have to take out today, by the way. Today is recycling day for us, and I have to get all of that stuff out into the recycling bin. Today. Didn't feel like it yesterday, but did it today. There's a whole bunch of papers gone through and taken out, and a whole bunch of puzzles and board games that have taken their place. And I had to make a path to get to the thing in the first place, because we have so much stuff in this house. There's so much stuff that doesn't have a actual place where it will be on display or be stored. We need more storage. We are in desperate need of more storage in this house. There's not enough room to display everything. We need storage. And we need to figure out where we're going to put this storage that we have, that we will eventually have. I think we're going to have to get storage things to put on walls, cubby hole things to put on the walls, and elevated bookcases and all of that, just to have shelves. We need shelves. We need a thing to put glassware in. There's boxes and boxes of glasses that don't have a home. That we don't have the room for the glasses. It's slightly frustrating, but in brighter news, my office has far fewer boxes than it once did. My office has floor in an area that hadn't had floor for a good long while. There are still, as I look to the side, how many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes from Massachusetts plus a wooden trunk. There were over 20, like 25, 26 in here. Small boxes. The boxes that remain, just across the board, of all of the stuff that we brought back from Massachusetts, the boxes that remain are books, glassware and kitchen stuff, and dolls, and like a couple miscellaneous things, but that's it now. It's a lot more, it's quite a bit of space that's being taken up of boxes, but we've gone through a lot of the other stuff now. All of the board games are out with the puzzles. All of that's taken out. A lot of the book boxes have been emptied. All of the DVDs and movies, VHSs have been taken out of boxes and such. And we've gone through a number of the actual plates and servingware type boxes. A lot of that is done. There's still medium boxes with glasses, with pots, a few pots, pans type things, and larger servingware, and a few larger decoratives that are in larger boxes. But once those are found a place for, hey, we'll have a house again. A house with a lot of stuff, but far fewer boxes. I don't want to think about the pictures. Let's not think about all of the framed pictures that need to be hung up as well. We've got the stuff to hang them up. It's just we need to figure out, well, what wall space is going to be available once we get the storage for the books. That's why because I'm going to be the one hanging pictures, that's why I'm hesitant to hang pictures immediately, because I don't want to then have to take the pictures down again if we get some sort of storage unit that will need to be against the wall or on the wall later on. I don't want to have to redo things later. But yeah, that's how life's been for me lately. That's how it's been. We're very much looking forward to having some money around here in the next couple weeks, eventually, so that we can get some storage going. Get some bins. We need plastic bins for dolls and such, and Christmas stuff. Oh my god, there's still Christmas stuff that's out that needs to be put away, but we need a better storage to put them away in. We don't want to put them back into boxes. For example, we want to put them into plastic bins, but we don't have enough plastic bins. There's never enough plastic bins. Need more. We need more. Always more. So anyway, with all that said and done, that's my life. I was not ready to stream Subnautica. I don't think it would have ended particularly well in my energy state yesterday. I'm a little bit lower energy today than I usually am because of all of the work that I had done yesterday. But we are streaming. We are going to be streaming Stardew Valley as well later on in the afternoon. And I am tempted to just say we're done with Subnautica. I'm not particularly enjoying my experience overall with it. The stats aren't good at all, even remotely close. I mean, Stardew is also low, but Stardew retention, there are stats with Stardew that are better than with Subnautica, in terms of just audience retention and participation and all that. It's better with Stardew. I think people are more apt to have conversations and talk and chat with Stardew, but not as much stuff happening with Subnautica, and I think I'm just gonna end it. I think, unfortunately, it's just not getting views, and it's not getting participation, it's not getting retention, it's actively going, that means it's actively hurting the channel. Speaking of actively hurting the channel, for whatever reason, YouTube says that there are 0 people watching. Is there anybody out there? Is there anyone alive who's watching? I think YouTube is lying to me that there's 0 views. Particularly because I'm watching on my preview, as well as, you know, my bot. My bot should be active at least, so I think that counts as 1. I think that counts as 1. I don't know. We'll see if anyone shows up over the course of the day today, because as it turns out, this vanilla Factorio Megabase has also not been performing all that well in terms of views and engagement. Gee, it's as if people don't want to watch the process of actually building a Megabase, and yet, for some reason, people want to see the end result of building out a Megabase. Like, huh? Okay. Sure. You can't simultaneously want a Megabase and then also not care about watching the process of building the Megabase. It's like, oh yeah, look at all this time someone spent on all this to make this Megabase. All the time that they've wasted on building this Megabase. Yay! The whole point's the journey, not the destination. And if no one's interested in watching the journey with me and participating in the journey with me, then why am I bothering in the first place? Well, regardless, we left off last time with the plastic build. We got through all of the factory logistics and power to all of the mining and to all of the refining and all of that, and managed to get greater than 0 amounts of plastic moving. Today we are going to be finishing up what remains of this build, which is the actual logistics to get the plastic into the trains. That's all that's left, and then we are moving on into the red circuit build from here. That is the next item on the agenda. Now, off screen, I did get the ghosts down on the input and output belt lines into the 32 to 32 belt balancer. Should theoretically be unlimited. I don't necessarily know for certain that that is the case here, but I did need to adjust a few of these lines a little bit to accommodate a reduction in the total number of underground belts going upwards. This is split 10 and 10 on the top and the bottom, and then all 32 out over here. And yeah, it's chunky. It's chunky, it's a lot of belt, and I need to get a lot of belt and a lot of undergrounds and a lot of splitters to complete this. Actually, I don't really need any more splitters. And I have some stuff in the car at the moment. I just need so much more. Thousands upon thousands of units of blue belt and undergrounds. So let's get started on all this. Let's get going. It's been 20 minutes now. Let's get actual gameplay going. Sounds like a plan. A plan, I say. Okay. For the red circuit build, I had intended on doing all the localized things as with the green circuit build out here, but I don't think this scales well. Let's be honest. I'll be completely honest and the first to admit that I don't think that this scales particularly well. Yes, so far I have done jack all because I spent a lot of time talking. Hello, Ave, and welcome. I was just talking about the things I did yesterday and, like, stuff that still needs to get done around here. There's so much stuff. So much stuff. Alright, you get those put away, and I will grab all of that. Apparently all of that. You were here at the tail end of Sunday's stream for the last minute. You were here for like the last minute on Sunday because of your exam, and then you came to the Stardew one in the afternoon for a little bit. So you got to see some of the actual build of the plastic. Got to see what we ended up with and the discussion of the bug that we found. Because yeah, I found a bug last time. There's a bug! A buggy bug with the placement of the substations. And all of that. So yeah, yesterday I didn't stream. Because I was super tired after working the day. Doing unpacking and such. So very much unpacking of all the board games and puzzles and board games got unpacked. There was 3 boxes of those yesterday. Yeah, physical work. I was tired because there was actual physical activity that I had to get done. So there's 3 fewer boxes, and then of course I did more than just that, because that whole process involved having to move things out of the way of the place that I was going to put the board games and puzzles. So I had to like clear the path to get to the spot that had the things. Bunch of doll boxes in the way that I had to move out of the way. Bunch of like newspaper and mail that I had to go through that was in the spot that I wanted to put the things. Then I had to unpack and put the things. And then there's this big stack of boxes, like 10 plus boxes that were empties that I had been meaning to collapse down and put away / put out for recycling. So I went and I did that too. And I had to make my chili, my Instant Pot chili, yesterday, and I knew that if I had streamed to 5 o'clock, I wouldn't be eating until like 8 because of that. With all the prep time and the amount of time it takes the thing to go on and do its cycle and do its venting and all that, it would have taken a very long time. And I ended up actually dehydrating a little bit. My head started to go a little cloudy as I was preparing my chili, preparing the ingredients, doing chopping and stuff. So I had to just sit down and drink a bunch of water for a good 15-20 minutes. Just rest a little. It was very taxing, but the chili ended up really good. It was very, very good. Especially for not actually following a recipe on it. It's like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. Am I out of... Wow. I need more underground belt. Oh, I'm out of power. Hey buddies. Could you get back in my inventory, please? So we can potentially send more dudes out. Looks like all of my dudes need charging as well. Oh boy. And then, of course, as I said, off-screen, right before the stream today, I finished the ghosting of the logistics here. I also shifted this whole thing down one tile, because as it turns out, I can't count on my little, on the little thingy I did to be like, oh hey, we go all the way to here. I was off a tile. I had one too many. Alright, we need to recharge. And we need to actually get the rest of this belt placed. And yeah, I also need to clean up my desk. I need to get all of the stuff off of it to actually wipe down the desk. There's particulate stuff that needs to get cleaned. I've been meaning to clean for a while. It's one thing to get all the trash off the desk. It's another to actually physically clean the desk. And that's what I need to get done at some point. My room has a bit more space now in it. A little bit more space now in it. I said there's like 11 boxes left of the stuff from Massachusetts that is sitting in here, down from well over 25. Close, like, I think it was 30 originally boxes that were in here, with all the DVD boxes and the board game boxes and the VHS boxes and all the books. I've gone through and I've shelved the vast majority of it. There are just 11 left, one of which is glassware. The rest are books. Books and like one of miscellaneous from a bedroom. But yeah, the rest... Lots of books that don't have a home. We need bookcases. We need a lot of bookcases. We need space for the bookcases to live. We don't really have a place for new bookcases to live either. Another part of the problem. And then, you know, the, oh boy. The other issue is we have clutter that needs to declutter, but the things to make that better require room that the clutter is currently using. We need space for the things to make more space. Ah, isn't that always the way? Isn't that always the way? Like, it would be nice to have the space from that the pictures are taking up. There are a bunch of framed pictures that need to be hung. But there's wall space. That, like, hanging pictures uses wall space, right? So we have to find areas that will never have, or that will never consume, a spot that could have other storage, right? Because wall space is prime real estate for like bookcase and shelves. We need shelves. Oh my god, we need so many shelves. We need infinity shelves for all of the things. Shelves and bookends, and I don't know about extra bookcases, because I am starting to toy with the idea of getting like library style with bookcases, like having back-to-back bookcases facing outwards. Potentially in this room, in this space on the other side of my thingy, TV. Other side of my desk. Just getting like, or some sort of freestanding bookcase, is how I should put it. Something that doesn't need to be put against a wall. That would be most ideal, actually. The only problem is getting something that looks nice. as well. And those things, for the amount of storage that we need, it's going to be really expensive in the grand scheme. Extremely expensive. Alright, give me all that. Why, hello. Atapa? Atapa, you don't want to come up? You don't want to come up? It's the Ollie. The Ollie is here. He's come to say hi. He's come to say hello. There's my Ollie. Yes, my baby. There's my Ollie. There's my baby Ollie. He's saying hello. Ollie's been talking a little bit more lately. He's been communicating with his voice way more than he used to. Yeah, how's my boy? How's my boy? Particularly when he's playing, he's starting to vocalize a little bit more. Alright, what else? What else is there? I don't think that's enough undergrounds, but let me see. The 4, 8. Oh god, that's a lot. I have 124. How many do I need? Well, that's 116 by itself. Right there. And then I need another 40. So I don't quite have enough. I don't have any more in the car. Yeah, I need another... I need like 200. So we're gonna sit here a sec as we make all these things. And I guess have a look at the coming build for... Huh? Oh, here. For red circuits! The red circuits! Oh boy. So I need at least 377.8. The other thing I haven't done is I've made 336.7, but I haven't made like extra, right? It's always going to be a good idea to make extra. Ideally, I would actually make like 400 of each of these, and then like 75 of the processing units or something like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this an even 400, which requires unlinking and setting to 400. That would require more plastic than I'm making. But hey, I think will be okay. I think. I hope it'll be okay. So this build will rely on what? Okay, first off, I need to get these beacons set with the updated version of my thingies with 8 affecting 1. Okay, 77 to 38 into 312. God, that's a lot of throughput. Part of me doesn't want the matrix solver. So that I break it down twice. interesting. It is the exact same amount of green circuit and green circuits and wire per. Yeah, it's exactly the same ratio. Huh. And then plastic. So, no matter what, plastic is going to be sent to the red circuit factory. Plastic is going to be delivered here. I'm not going to be making that on site. If I'm going to be delivering plastic anyway, does it make sense to do local smelting? I'm changing my mind is my point here on doing localized smelting for the plates. Localized mining and smelting for the plates. I think I'd rather just bring in the plates. It's a lot easier to tap a patch, process the patch, and move on with your life. Add it to a train or set of trains, and then request it and deal with those logistics as they come. However, I would need to move over 800 items a second. I would need to be able to physically move 845 and a half plates of copper out of a train station. Which, right, I need to change that. That's a little high. Maximum flow 2 pipes equals 3,000 units per second. That's a little high. I want my maximum flow potentially to be the 1,500 to like 7 pipe length. Apparently 7 pipe lengths gives you 1,500 units per second. Maximum flow. I don't want to try to like have 2 pipes, right? For max length. It's like I wanna try to have that information be semi-accurate. Okay. Oh, you didn't get these on you. There you go, better. Much better. So, I want to do these separate. And I want to do the furnace stuff separate. How do we move 845 and a half items per second from a thingy? Now, what I want to see is if I hover over this. Hello, my dolly. When did you get there? Were you there this entire time? Dolly. Hello, doll. How's my dolly? How's my dolly? She's a pretty girl. Yes, she is. There's my baby. That's my baby here. Yes, my baby girl. Oh, she's such a baby cutie. And she's so small. She's so small. She's a normal cat size. She's normal. Aw, she's a normal kitty size. Yes, you're so comfy, huh? You comfy? You like it right here? You got those eyes closed. You like it here? How's my dolly? Yes, my dolly. Oh, you've hooked. You've hooked. She's hooked. Hi. Yeah, it's my baby. Yeah, do you want to go lap? You're hooked. There you go. Ah, daba, hi. You gonna go down? Yeah. So according to this, at capacity 12 of the stack inserter, I would need 29.4 stack inserters to get that throughput and 18.8 blue belts, which is fine. I could get that throughput from a single thingy with belts. From a single station with belts. Because note that a single station could do 32 belts. Well, it could do I would have to use the boxes actually. Yeah, I would have to use the boxes cuz would I? No, I get 8. I get 8 each without the boxes. I get 8 by 8 inserters on the loaders, on the bulk rail unloaders. So that fits within the capacity of what I need on the output. Alright. Well, if it works, it works. The only issue is going to be actually getting 18.8 full belts out because of the just general limitations. I'm thinking that we're gonna do... We're gonna have to do it on both sides. Yeah. I don't see much of a way around avoiding this. Just the reverse. This, but everything in reverse. Do I want to do this again? No. No, I don't. So, the plan. The plan going forward. A, I'm going to get a few more of my express underground belt. This is the weakness of doing belt-based logistics with trains, doing just trains and belts. At scale, at single factories. When there comes a point where this monstrosity exists. There comes a point where this monstrosity begins to exist. Like a 32 to 32 belt balancer. Right? If you ever get to the point where you're doing this, chances are it's gonna be a bit better to just not this, and to instead use logistics robots. Now, I would, realistically, if I were to convert this into logistics robots, into a logistic robot build, have the 20 belts of output going into logistics supplier chests as close as possible to the loading and unloading zone. Well, the loading zone in this case. And just use them to get the shorter distance without having to do the thing here. Having 20 belts versus 32. And just having the direct box to box on the requester chests there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to need to automate a few things for all of this. We are going to need to automate the actual robots. Why have I not done that? I don't know. The robots will require red circuits. Where are they again? Here. Red circuits and flying robot frames. That's a little too far away. Okay, give me all of the robots ever. Thanks. Glorious, beautiful logistic bots. I will also need to make the chests, the roboports. That needs iron gear wheels. Interesting. Iron gear wheels, reds, and steel. Gear wheels. Steel. And reds. And the output into a chest. That's that part of it. If enough reds ever make their way down through the logistic robots, I may make that just one to allow additional reds to potentially pass through. Science is pulling the rest, it seems. Unfortunately. And I'm going to need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these logistics bots for these individual factories. And then, of course, I will need chests. Logistic chests. And those are going to need each type of circuit, as well as steel chests. And that I could do over here. Pretty sure I have access over here, where I'm actually making the steel chests to both types of circuit. Ooh. I want to split downwards. Provider, requester, storage. Power. Ahem. Power. Keep that very limited there. And there we go, finally. Finally, some actual logistic stuff going. Some bot-based logistic network items done. So while all that's processing and doing its thing, let's head back up to the plastic to wrap up the plastic build, assuming I have all the things that I need for that. Looks like it. because we are nearly done. We're nearly done with plastic. Just need to get these last underground belts placed and the locomotive placed. This will be the one and only time we build at this level of scale with a 32 by 32 belt balancer. I am not going to do another one of those. Like, that is just nah. Nah, man, nah. We are not gonna do that again. This behemoth. Alright, place all these undergrounds. And there we go. Glorious plastic! Look at the plastic go! Isn't it pretty? Oh, the wonderful, beautiful plastic that's likely using... Oh, it's not that bad, actually, currently. Thought it would be more. I thought I would be peaking. Alright, let's see how this looks once we get all of this flowing in at the maximal production rate. And just have a look and see, is this actually truly balanced? It looks like no. This belt is... These two belts are clearly getting less stuff than these other belts, but that could just be... That's likely a result of an uneven distribution on the input. We're likely dealing with a few odd numbers of items on individual belts. Oh, see, now that would help if that was actually facing the correct direction. Aha! Problem with the blueprint. It had a thing facing the wrong direction. Now we should start to see it be even on the top belts, because that was restricting flow up onto these top two belts. Any other problems with all this? I'm not seeing any other backups, so it should be even now, approximately, on the overall throughput of each of these 32 belts. So, locomotives and wagons. We will absolutely completely fill these wagons. There's no reason not to. Pull out the stuff. Plastic. Supply depot. Full cargo. Circuit condition. Auto. Magic. And then define the plastic. Depot, plastic, save. We are done with the plastic build. Wow. Just... wow. And looking at the amount of stuff per wagon, thinking about how much throughput we're going to need, we're going to need a few more trains. I'm pretty sure that this particular build, because it's going to be making over 800 units per second of plastic in the end, when an entire train only stores 8 times 4,000, $32,000 units. If you divide 32,000 units by 813 per second, an entire train fills in less than 40 seconds. 39.36 seconds, approximately. If it takes longer than that to get to the destination and to get back, we need more than one train. And that's always going to be the case. That's way too short of a period of time to maintain the throughput. We will need additional trains to take into account travel distance and travel time. So there's always something filling in this station and unfilling at the destination. Just keeping in mind, I will need to add more of these going up this way. Okay, that is that for now. Let me do a pin here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do the build. I'm going to design the build and not think about how many plates this uses. We're not going to think about it. We're going to design it around the concept of using our robots to do some of the logistics. I don't know about doing all of the logistics. That seems like a not so good idea, shall we say. I will use the logistics robots to avoid needing to make big belt balancers. I think that is the best use of the logistics robots. Yes, technically they are the higher, like, infinite throughput cap option for all of the logistics. It's just that they also use a lot of power on top of everything else. And it's like, okay, do I want to do such a great big power build as well? Not necessarily. We could design all this, but just think about each step here with the robots. My robots would need to be able to move output from the trains over 800 items per second of copper alone, and over 400 of iron, and over 500 of plastic for this particular build, right? Like, that's the inherent baseline. Do I also want them to move another 1,200? Or no, not 1,200. Another 2,000, 2,300 copper cables per second? Do I want them to do that? Do I want more robots to be capable of doing that? Maybe, actually. And then we have to move these 500 green circuits, 571.5 green circuits as well, to their final destinations. What this all ultimately means is that we're going to need a lot of robots. In actual fact, we need a few robots. Quite a few. And quite a few chests as well. So I will design around this. Let's be honest. Oh, and then we have to think about, okay, what's the individual building throughputs? Why, hello, Ollie. Da-ba-da. Da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ollie. What are you doing? How's my boy? How's that, Ollie? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Got your tail. I'm holding the tail. Da-ba. Ah. Ollie. What you doing? What you doing? You being naughty? I'm out of pressured air. I don't have any more pressurized air. The can bid its last farewell a few weeks ago. So I no longer have a means of forcing naughty kittens to leave. Ollie, are you gonna be naughty? He's looking. He's looking. What are you looking? What are you doing? He wants to get into the closet. He sees the door cracked open slightly because of all the wires sticking out. Yeah, hi. You gonna be good boy? Are you gonna be good boy? Or are you gonna be naughty boy? Good boy or naughty? Your tail's flicking. I'm thinking naughty. Yes, just sit there. The moment I look away, he's gonna start being naughty. Okay, what am I even? This way. To gloriousness. I doubt that I have any, building. I doubt I have made a thingy. Oh, hey. Poison capsules. I have a few now. Ollie, that's my light. Papa, let go. Let go. Ollie. Ollie, let go. I'm gonna need you to let go. Ada, my light. Ollie. Ollie. What are you doing? You just knocked my light down. And, like, ripped... Not really ripped, but pulled off the cover of my light. Huh? You just pulled the cover off my light. Mostly. If not for the Ethernet wire that the thing is leaning against, it would have fallen on top of me. You would have liked that, huh? You would have liked that? Would you stop doing that? Would you stop? Would you stop messing with my light? That would be much appreciated, Ollie. That would be much appreciated. Here. Go there. I now have to reach up. Reach up. Three corners of the cover are uncovered. Get on the thing. Get on the thing. There we go. Cover is on. And the light is pushed back into the corner. Oh gosh. It's at a slightly different angle. Thanks, Ollie. But hey, we did it. We did it. We successfully put the light back in its position. Ollie. Ollie. Yeah, boy. Being naughty. Yeah, I doubted I would make any of those. 0 red? Hold up. Hold up, excuse me, 0 red? Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that thing. Hey, no, you're not gonna go. You're not gonna go back to the lights. No, no. No, no, no. Daba. Just hand on head and down. Hi, Ollie. Get going. Get going, Ollie. You need to get going. Alright, what am I doing? What am I even doing on this occasion? I need a design for an assembling machine with beacon coverage. What was this layout over here? Gap 1 and then gap 2. So gap 1 and then gap 2. So this is like the quote-unquote standard unit that, well, I guess I can put one more there, but just to be able to overlap, like, this is my standard unit, it overlaps this way. No, it, Alright, I'll just leave it at that then and be like, oh hey, it does a thing. Okay, how am I gonna make this scalable? That's not accurate. That's accurate. If I do that, I can overlap that way. And that way. Okay, that's my standard unit. Right there. Right there, that's it. Ollie, you're grooming now? So. Fortunately, there is a lot of space for various storage, logistic storage. Now, just due to the throughput of things, 312, 1143, that's 3.6 a second on that. I'm thinking that wherever possible, I want to keep the requests, the logistic requests, to one singular type of item. Per thingy, when possible. Now, this is just a gap of 2. The, doohickeys are size 3. It would be nice to have the RoboPort as part of this, but RoboPorts are large. They are a bit large, shall we say. So I'll have to keep that in mind in the setups. So that's going to be standard ol' unit on these assemblers. And I, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a brief break a little bit early today. I am uncomfortable. I need to make myself comfortable. I will be back in maybe about 5-6 minutes this time around. I shall see you soon. And I have returned. Welcome back. I am more comfortable. Yeah, coffee is effective. at everything. And I ate chili yesterday, and will be for the foreseeable week or two. I did make chili, so let's keep this in mind. I may need an occasional break for comfort from time to time. It's good chili though, worth everything. As long as there's chili left, basically. I did make a big Instant Pot worth of chili off of 5 pounds, whatever that is in kilograms, of meat. 2.268 kilos of beef ground meat for my chili, my beanless chili. Yes, that was my big thing as well. On top of everything else that I did of physical work during the day, is I also made chili for dinner. Yeah, little over 2.5 kilos of just the meat, in the chili. There's also great big can of crushed tomato, can of diced tomato, and can of tomato paste, bigger can of tomato paste that went in there, as well as an entire onion chopped up and an entire 2 bell peppers and several sticks of celery that were all chopped up, some of which processed in a little food processor, chopped and put into the thing. With a little bit of water for the pot, the Instant Pot, and yeah. 1 onion, yeah, it's not a lot, but the whole point of this chili is that it's trying to reduce the total number of carbohydrates in it. And yeah, you may not know this, but onions have a lot of sugar. As it turns out, onions have a lot of sugar and carbohydrates in them. There's a lot, and you need to be very careful with how much onion you have. And I had all the herbs, spices, and things as well, including a bit of ghost pepper hot sauce added to it. Just a splash. And it turned out really well. Was not following any recipe. Yes, the things you learn when you actually go on a low-carb diet. When you actually start paying attention to the stuff that has a lot of carbs. There are some things you would not think of that have a lot of carbs, and there's quite a few, like, veggie-type things that have quite a few carbs in them. That's a little surprising. Of course, for the most part, just fruit in general is the enemy. There's a lot of carbs in tomato, too. Let's make that clear. It's not like this is particularly a carb-friendly thing. Like, chili is inherently not carb-friendly, even if you do remove the beans from the equation. Just because tomato is also a lot of carbs when in that volume, in particular. And then there's, like, ketchup, things like ketchup. Not only does it have the tomato carbs, but they add sugar to make ketchup. So, like, there's added sugar in a lot of things as well, which is a problem. A big problem. And there's, yeah, just majority of fruit in general has been literally bred to have more sugar content. Not a great idea. You get all these quote-unquote nutritionists who praise the benefits of fruit without even remotely considering that every single nutrient you can get from fruit, you can get very easily from other sources without all of the sugar of the fruit. Like, why would I consume so much sugar in the form of fruit just for the nutrients that the fruit has, when I can get those nutrients from other sources that don't have the sugar? It makes no sense to me. They're like, oh, but you need to eat all these balanced things. No, you don't. Literally, no, you don't. Like, no. Nah, you don't understand. Just because we can eat many different types of things doesn't mean that we are forced to eat many different types of things. There's a big difference. Big difference there. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you really should do something. Most of the time, anyway. Alright, so I have my little standard unit that I wanted for this particular build that I designed right before I took my break. Let me continue now. Like, the whole point behind being a generalist species in terms of what we can eat, in terms of being omnivorous and such, is so that we have alternative sources to the preferred source of food that we eat. We are inherently designed to primarily focus on one type of thing until it is not present in abundance, so that we can then go to another type of thing. We are not really designed, actually, to be eating a very large variety all at the same time. And as it just so happens, our body really prefers carbohydrates and sugar. Inherently, it wants the carbohydrates and the sugar over everything, every other option, because it's the easiest to process for the body. But, and it wants to get said sugar from very specific sources, such as fruit. That's the reason the nutritionists want you to eat fruit, is because that's actually the source of sugar that the body wants if you're allowing your body to have sugar. But it ignores how the body is also capable of processing fats into sugars that it needs, and processing fat into straight energy that it needs, and even being able to process protein into the energy that it needs. There are metabolic pathways that convert protein to energy, that can convert protein to sugar, that can convert fat to sugar. Just as it converts sugar to fat, it can go in the other direction to make the sugar that is necessary for the very few cells in the body that actually cannot directly run on anything other than carbohydrates. Because there are a few types of cells in the body that do need carbs to live, but the body just makes it itself. Like, you don't need to consume it. It's not necessary. Literally not necessary. Anyway, that's my thoughts on all that. It's like, nutritionists, they have an agenda. Every single one has some sort of an agenda to meet. And it's like, you're literally ignoring science to get your agenda out there, to earn your living, make your income off of all the food manufacturers who pay you money. Because you gotta understand, people make money. People have to make money somehow. And nutritionists, if they actually are out there to help you be healthy, if they succeed at their job, they stop getting paid. It is in the best interest of a nutritionist to keep you coming back and to give you advice that makes you have to come back because you either can't meet what they want or directly what they told you is not fully accurate. Accurate to an extent, but not exactly accurate for you personally. Regardless of what any laws or quote-unquote fiduciary duty says, it is literally in their best interest to keep you coming back. Same for all doctors, ever. It's like, oh yeah, we're here to help. Well, they're here to help to an extent, to keep you coming back, to give you prescriptions that they have to keep writing and filling out for you to keep coming back to them, to keep getting your prescriptions, which they will often have contracts with the manufacturers of said prescriptions to give that specific type for whatever malady the doctor says that you have that requires said prescription. It's all to churn out more money. That's all that it's there for. And yes, doctors are overpaid in the United States. Abso-freaking-lutely, most of the healthcare industry is overpaid. A lot of people think otherwise. A lot of people think otherwise. The reality is, they are overpaid. They charge way too much for their services. There are good services in the emergency field. There are fantastic services in emergency care. But primary care, completely different story. Completely different story. We can argue that we can argue that the emergency care and hospital staff, yeah, that's where the money should be. Right? That's where the money should be. That's where the doctors should make a lot of money. Not really on primary care. Primary care physicians who literally exist just to keep you coming back. And they actually have a term. Did you know that there's a term? Oh, hey, that's my alarm saying it's time to take a break, but we already took our break. Did you know that primary care physicians refer to keeping people coming back as compliance? That's the term that is used to keep people coming back. Compliance. That's effed up. As in, you must comply with their recommendation to come back to see them on a regular basis. It is compliance. Like, no. I'm not complied to do anything. Thanks. Anyway, I'm just talking and running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. I need to define where I want to build this red science setup. Probably here on the other side of this. Let's get our station blueprint. Did that actually do the thing? Yes, it did. Good. Oops. Yeah, it's all extremely predatory. At least here in the US it is anyway. Just trying to make money. It's commoditized. Health is commoditized, frankly, in the US. Despite regulations of having to operate in the best interest of the patient, the quote-unquote fiduciary duty. Yeah, no, that doesn't stop a lot. That really doesn't stop anything. They'll operate just within the bounds, while also taking money from pharmaceutical manufacturers. And they get away with it, too. Am I out of rail? No. No, I'm not out of rail. I've got plenty here. Go, my minions! Build the thing! So much better with the upgraded robots for upgrading and placing all these. And the upgraded building area of the Mark II thingies. The Mark II thingies. The Mark II personal roboports. Much bigger area. There's a tiny bit of forest there. Oh, do I not have... Okay, it's like, I'm pretty sure I have bulk rail loaders, excuse me. Shall we see how the thingies operate? Kaboom! Well, that lasts a while. That lasts a really long time. I still think I prefer the termite bots. To be honest. Even though this is quicker than the termite bots, in actuality, the problem is that this also hurts me. That's part of the issue here. It's like, yeah, if I'm not paying close attention to where these are going, I start taking damage. It's indiscriminate. That's the problem with this poison capsule stuff. Why does it have to damage me? Like, surely I should be immune to this. Right? Like, surely the player should be immune. Like, we can fundamentally say that we have a gas mask or something. At least it's just one shot, one kill, though. And it's a nice, pretty color. I like that blue. I like that blue. What blue is that? I want to be that blue. That blue is good blue. I like that blue. Then, of course, it being indiscriminate also kills the stuff that you've built. Nanobot, termite ammo, will not destroy the stuff that you've already built. In its current iteration. It used to be the case that it would destroy the stuff that you built if it was too close. Not anymore. Not for a good while. Okay, the build. The build is going to need additional input stations. I'm gonna build it like that with that spacing because I just feel like it. I'm gonna need more bulk rail unloaders. Do I have any in the car? No, I have 0. That's unfortunate. Tis a bit unfortunate. Oh, I apparently need more medium power poles as well. Interesting. Alright. Sure. There we go. All powered up. Ready to go. So this is going to bring in iron plates, copper plates, and yeah, I'm pretty sure if it hurts me, they should destroy the entities. Right? No? Why does it hurt me and not my stuff? What sort of bull is that? That's bull. Does it hurt? It doesn't hurt my buildings at all? Why does it hurt me? Because it's biological? Because it's poison? It poisons biological things? I still don't think it should hurt me. Like, I don't think it should hurt me. Termite bot stuff doesn't hurt me. Why does it hurt me? That's why you told me about the poison, so that I can literally kill myself? Off of this? Like, I don't... No. No, I don't want to use this. Ever. If I had termite bots, I wouldn't have to worry about dying to it. Like, why do I have to worry about dying to my own stuff? I also don't think that I should take damage from grenades, and yet we do. And nukes and all that. Like, why? Just why combat? Why combat, period? Frankly. Like, I don't get it. Literally not what the game is about. Game literally not about combat. They tack on combat for no good reason. Oh, it's a resource issue. Blah. It is a, how did they word that? It is a production problem to solve. Like, no, frankly. And screw you for thinking that way. No. No, it is not. It is an annoyance, is what it is. It is a tedium problem, is what it is. You have added tedium to your game by having biters. And done your best to screw with your game, making it worse in that way by adding in biters. Just so that everyone is all on the same page. Is that off a tile? That is totally off by one tile. I think. Is it? No, it's fine. Just needed to add the extra doohickeys. And just as we're all aware, as I always do say when it comes to these discussions with the enemies and the biters, they're okay at the beginning of the game for their intended purpose. That's my clarification. They are fine at the very beginning of the game for their intended purpose. My problem with biters is that they become a non-issue quite quickly by the time you hit mid-game, and you are spending if you have any sort of design goal, any sort of final production goal that you want to meet, chances are that the majority of your time is going to be spent in the late mid-game to end game phase, where biters are not an issue in the slightest and are a tedium to clear to continue to expand the bounds of your base for the majority of the time that you are spending on the map working on it. That is my main problem with biters and why I just don't play with them in the first place. Because the majority of games I play are really long-term maps where I spend a lot of time in end phase or near end phase building a large base. And the absolute last thing I want to do is have to manually fire anything, but in particular, manually firing artillery is just mind-numbing. Manually firing artillery into the fog to clear part of the map and having to do that over and over and over and over and over again to make sure that your base is clear and fine and operating normally. And good God, if you want to try to keep the area around your pollution cloud clear, like, holy God, that's too much. It's too much. It's too tedious. There needs to be a way to permanently kill the biters once you hit a certain point in the game. There needs to be a way to just stop them attacking you at the very least, and clear out areas of them. I like the idea of there being like a biter queen that spawns that once you kill it, it just clears all of them. Or something along those lines. Just something so that they don't become a tedious problem come mid-game. And yeah, I get that sort of would eliminate the whole point to the late-game military items. I don't think that they should exist in the first place. In the late game, I don't see the point to a late-game solution to a problem that is exclusively solved in the mid-game. Like the only reason those late-game thingies even exist is for the, like, behemoth level biters when they start showing up. But even then, it's like you can just solve them with highly upgraded turrets and walls. It's like you don't have to worry. There's a point where you just stop thinking about it. Oh, but you will eventually run out of your resources, and you'll have to worry about the resources and go out and get more resources from around the things and go into enemy territory and have to defend your resource patches. That's a tedium! You are simply reiterating tedium at that point. There's difficulty and then there's tedium, and that is exclusively in the realms of tedium, all of that. That entire idea. There is nothing fun about that. Not even remotely enjoyable. Anyway, stuff, things, hi. How do I... You. So, step one, let's get these going. Remember how that's effectively one-to-one? We're not going to deal with that this time, because it's not exactly all that easy to shove the items between this set of 40 and this 38. Okay. How do I want to arrange this? Probably like... So, I want to try to minimize the distance between where stuff is going to be offloaded and where it's going to be requested. So we're going to start here. This particular set only needs the one. Okay. Now there is the point that I could just do the full line of 78 all in one go like this. How many is that? 6? Alright. 12. 24. 48. Hmm? Interesting how that scaled. Let's not. That'll be 48. 78 would be plus how many? I mean, yeah, it's another 30. But that would be another 24. So that's 72. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's 6 more, so that means I just need to tack on 1 each. Or 2 each, I should say. Huh? Just another thingy like that. Hmm. Oh, really? Is that the... Oh. Right. That's actually the base unit. Whoops. How did I not see that that's the base unit? Huh. Why did I... Like, this is 3 times. What? Oh no. No, no, no. That's not the base unit, because, yeah, that one is touching the next thing, so that's not actually a base unit. That would not, it would be 2 off on the, well, 1 beacon off on the end, on the one side. I would need to add the extra beacon from there, like that, to be our quote-unquote base unit. That then scales like that. That's the simplest unit to follow. So that should be 78, as is. And then 38 and 312. Oh boy. Well, at least 312 is divisible by 24. 13 times. Now 38 is 3 units of 12. I think I'll keep it as such, rather than a 24 and a 12. Just 12s. Or extend it another 12? Nah. We'll just do 3 of 12. You should probably be in here. Yeah. So for this setup, we will remove. No, you're blue. You're greens. Greens. You are super greens. Yeah, I wanna make these on site. I still wanna make the greens on site. Like, let's be completely honest here. I still wanna have those on site. And I have not assigned any of the requests either, by the way. Let's keep that in mind. 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. That times 2, 3. Ta-da. Oh, right. Problem. 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 These things. They don't fit in here. They don't fit in here. We're gonna be, well, we're gonna be using the robots for the entire thing. That's what we're gonna be doing. Robots shall be used for the entire setup, but we need coverage of everything, and I don't have the thing, so I need to like mark, like, that's the edge. What is what? What is what? This is going to be for the red circuits. I mean, we've got our labs, and we've got our, well, we've got our wires, and we've got our circuits. What do you mean, this whole area? What do you mean? What do you mean? This is the actual building of the factory for the red circuits. But I'm realizing that I've built it a little wrong. Because, whoops. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is all red circuits. Red circuit build. It's all for the red circuits anyway. I put this here to mark the lower edge, so I know that I need to go 1 below. Which means I need to be here. Yeah, let's get rid of all that. So one way to take care of this would be to have these somehow end up in line. Another is to just bite the bullet and use more beacons. I think because this is 3, I'll be fine. Now, how many does that cover? Down to this edge. No, this edge. Which is there. So then that goes there, and that goes there. One more tile. Okay. Phew! That makes sure that we have logistic zone coverage over everything. Yes, and I know I'm going to need a lot of robots for charging as well. And for coverage over all of this, and yeah, it's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of stuffs. A lot of stuffs. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, yes, yes. That will be here to here to here. This will be brought directly across. And this will be brought directly across. Guess I should have just copied that distance and did that. And that. That covers all of that for the green circuits part of the build. And then there's the red circuits part of the build. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So this part of the build, which will be separated by that little gap of 3 there. God dang it, I need a recipe. There. I did it. One item per box. For 3 boxes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We need 13 of these. 3. 6. Excuse me. 6. Of the 24s, excuse me. Da 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 da. So, well, it's 13 lines of 24, so that's already 6. Meaning that I will need the entire thing. There. And then I just need one more line on top of that. Over here. Excuse me, big rock. So, building like this is going to use a ton of extra beacons, right? Like, that's a lot of extra beaconing. Oh my gosh, at least the substations work in between, right? Like, at least we can substation everything. I'm not going to put that there because I want to get a good array for the substations here. Let's see. Shall I substation here? What is this? It doesn't go all the way. Oh yeah, I think I sort of stopped caring about all of the chunk stuff. Wait, if I... So, so that covers a partial amount of the chunk, right? Huh. Is it just me, or does it seem like these weren't designed all that well? Or around the concept of chunks. Because I'm just showing the area of the chunk by shift spacebar, aka pause. And yeah. I mean, it's okay that they're larger than half, but that is the size of one chunk. And then if I did the next chunk, the distance works. Oh my gosh. So then we get into that's the middle, and that's the middle of the chunk. The precise middle. That's not the distance. And it's not even a distance where you can have exactly one in between. Right? So it's like, why? Well, oh, hi. That's tech. Give me braking force. Give me all of the braking force, I guess. Every single one of them. Followed by... I don't really know. Literally nothing is of value anymore. So I guess I'm not gonna do text. Unless you want this, but I can't. I need rocketry. Okay, and that is, yeah, gonna eventually be a thing. It's a little weird, the wire reach distance and the actual coverage zone being 18 by 18. It's like, why did they go with 18? Right? Because I think that's a little weird to go with 18. Well, at least that distance works fine. Comes out right between the things. Nice even distance this way. Excuse me. Place the thing. Now, I need the substations here to make it a little bit more easy to power all of the stupidity. Yes, we need to power our stupidity. I think a mirrored setup will work better here. But it won't really work as well. Huh? Ah, yeah. I guess this... No, that's not fine. That'll mean I need an extra one. You know what? No, just keep it consistent. Keep it consistent on the internal. If you had it here, and you had it here, keep it here and here, and then what I'll do is I'll just connect them with an extra one in between, like that. That is fine. I'd rather just have the one little extra one between the setups. Except for this. This is fine. Oh, and what's the best is that... Yeah. We could, we can just copy across. Because it doesn't have any of the thingies, right? Just copy across and then keep the alignment and just go with it. For however many that we need. I will need that set, unfortunately. Yeah, it just aligns like so. On the whole thing. Huh? Wait a minute. Oh. What? 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 Oh. Well, yeah, I need 24 on these lines. 26? Oh yeah, because I added extra to make it 78. That's what I did here. Yeah, 78. 78 is 3 by 26. Then these were lines of 12 to get to 30. Wait, 6. I need 2 more. One of these needs a couple more. But I don't need the substation. There. That's your couple more. And these don't need that. All of this can copy across. Until our very end. Where I don't actually need the ones in the middle. And that, for now, is that I will need a lot more RoboPorts for charging and bought storage in here to get the full throughput of everything necessary. And of course, I need the necessary smelting of the iron and copper, because right now, yeah, I don't have enough. I have nowhere near enough at the moment, and I'm gonna try to start transitioning everything over to the stuff and things. Now I need to get substations, I need to get power poles, all of the power poles, all of the substations. I can actually go ahead and hook this up now. Oh, I need I do need to at least power you separate. Oh, boy, I need to power all those. Hi. Yeah. About that. Using a substation is a little overkill. But we'll go with it. Keeping our pattern going. The only problem is that the pattern... Actually, could I? No, I couldn't. Okay. We don't really have the substations on this side at all. Meaning I will use power poles. Okay, so a thingy there will reach. Then up top over here. Same thing. Oops. That reaches that, and we're good. For that side. For this side, for this one, there. We'll do that. Because we have the line anyway. I don't need you. I don't need these two. They're redundant, but they keep the pattern. Let us be off now to gather resources for all of this. Because I need a few resources for all of this. I need a lot more inserters. And boxes and actual roboports. You know, those things known as roboports would be great. Things which I don't have. I overshot my mall. Okay. Or my main factory. Oh god, that's huge. That's a lot of stuff in a lot of space, but when you consider the comparison to all of this... Wait, why are you not doing anything on these? Am I really just consuming... Yeah, I'm just consuming all of my petroleum. Huh. You're not flowing... Why? Did I not hook up this petroleum? Aha! Aha! I found an error. I should fix that. Okay, just park right around the middle. So I can go down here, pick up those, pick up all of those. I'm pretty sure I need a lot more than that. But hey, we will survive. Down at the end. Actually, no, not down at the end. What am I thinking? Down here. I have my actual buildings. Hello, buildings. Nice to see ya. 365. Well, I think that's a little bit more than 365. That's 312 and 38. Actually, I think it's just enough, considering I have these 76 all plays. I think I actually just got enough, barely, with a few spare on all of the assembling machines. Oh, it's going to be so fun placing all of the modules. Oh, the modules are going to be so fun. So very fun to deal with. Do I have roboports? I have... I have a roboport. Singular. A roboport. Here. Keep the red circuits flowing. Please. Ish. The irony that I'm making red circuits. The irony being, I am in the process of making about to do red circuits here, right? And that I need red circuits for science, and very few actually make their way all the way down to this, etc., etc., etc. But things should start backing up down the left, I think. Or I could just cease on the left, just prioritize to the right, and pick up some of these reds to force a few things to be made. The problem is that then prevents my stack inserter production, primarily, and a few other things, like the boxes. Go ahead and take that. Much appreciated. Make me a few additional roboports. That'd be much appreciated. I'm out of coffee. Oh noes, what is this? What is this interesting turn of events? I'm out of coffee. I've got water. It's okay. I'll get more of my second brew, quote-unquote, coffee after the stream, as we go into the next stream. What do we got? What do we got here? No, that's not what I wanted. Thanks, phone. It is a warm day today. It is just under room temperature today. 64 Fahrenheit. That's actually pretty good. That's actually really, really good. Today is t-shirt day. Apparently, outside. Better than near freezing. We've had the occasional night get a little bit below freezing lately. But such is the weather and the climate for this part of the region that I live in. This area. We get hot summers and we get cold winters, but not too extreme. But what we end up with is spring and autumn is massive fluctuations between the two. Our spring is just like a day of summer followed by a day of winter, followed by a day of summer and a day of winter and a day of summer and a day of winter. And then, of course, it's like, then we get 2 days of summer and then a day of winter and then 3 days of summer and couple days of winter on occasion, and eventually the average comes up and the winter-ish cold starts to actually go away, and we actually get a couple of days of spring before summer happens, and then it's all hot, and we have the opposite problem of what we had in winter. I much prefer winter. By the way, it's so much easier to get warm in cold than to cool off from excessive heat. Far more easier to keep warm than to cool down. Thank goodness we've got air conditioning and that it's working. Very, very key thing there to mention is that it's working. It's one thing to have it, it's another thing to have it actually function. But even then, there are times where it gets so hot that the air conditioner is not actually capable of getting to the temperature that we've set in the house, because it's simply too hot. Air conditioners are capable of changing temperature by a certain amount, a certain delta. But if the temperature is inherently too high, it'll reach its max delta pretty easily, and then it's just not going to be capable of giving you the exact temperature that you set. So there have been times where the temperature in the house has been 80s, despite being set to like 72, 74 room temperature levels, just because the temperature outside has been much, much higher than that, pushing 100 plus, like upper 90s. Pretty hot outside. And you realize that when it's that temperature that the delta is like, 20 degrees on the actual household temperature that it's capable of. It's like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Alright, how are we looking here? So I fixed that little issue with the plastic there, with a belt line being too long. I didn't get any power poles. Medium power poles. Oopsies. Or the unloaders. Whoops! Oh, I didn't want to actually physically place these, because I need them. I need things for this over here. Wait, can I get all 4 or all 8? Not the full coverage. I am going to need at least 2. Alright, that's fine. It's close enough. Close enough, we'll be back with more. Just gotta get all of the more stuff placed. Oh gosh, I need so many boxes. Oh my gosh. So many requester chests and provider chests. But mostly the requester chests. Bots, do your work. Do your job. Charge, please. And get back out. Hey, at least we got less yellow flashing over here. Will we actually see the red circuits begin to flow today? Maybe? It depends on how many RoboPorts we can get going. We can at least get this build partially online. I'm out of boxes already. Wow. Okay, out of the requester boxes already. At least have enough stuff for the placement of the assembling machines, and likely the placement of all of the substations, or a good chunk of the substations. Looks like I actually have enough for all of them. How about the requester / provider chests? Want to keep those on my hotbar. Oh my god, I need more stack inserters. Yeah. Didn't I bring a lot with me? Pretty sure I brought a lot with me. They're gone now. Oh hey, there's more. Sure. Past me. Doing good things. Oh my god, I need so many. Hey, thingies. I'm out again. Not even partially finished. Oh boy. Well, alrighty then. Let's find a thing that has all three. One of you is going to be green circuits. All of them. One of you is going to be copper cables. All of them, of course. And one of you is going to be plastic. All of it. Now, that's only going to be 10 stacks each, but that's fine. I think that'll be fine for now. And then that has to be pasted over literally all of the everything. Up and down the lines. To the point where I think I'll just then copy and paste. I hope that applied to the ghosts. That would suck if that didn't apply to the ghosts. Oh well, nothing's stopping me from doing it again. If I need to. Yeah, it applied to the ghosts. So they are all set. You can see on the tooltip up there that the ghosts got the filter requests. Just as long as that goes to everything, we should be fine. So then, similarly here, we need the doohickeys there in one of them, and we need the iron plate in another. That needs to apply to everything. This is so small that I'll just leave it as is. There we go. And then these need copper plates. A lot of them. In fact, a lot of them. All the way up and down these lines. You son of a... Da. da, 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 da. Okay. And that has applied all of the filters to everything. Huzzah! Everything has its filters. So, we need more chests. Doinky, 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 doinky. Oops, doinky, doinky, doinky. See, this is why I had to pay very close attention to the spacing of these roboports here. Need to pay very close attention. Make sure that they don't get in the way. And then here, it's the reverse. It's the blue ones. And technically, I can do that. I'm pretty sure I can do that. And it'll automatically add to the loader from these four on the edges without the need of any additional inserters. And yeah, technically we can do that too. At least I think we can do that too. The benefit of bulk rail loaders and unloaders. Come on. Save. The thing about bulk rail loaders and bulk rail unloaders is that they don't really behave all that well. They're not great with blueprints. The game doesn't really like them all that much. Did I put that on the... Yeah, I put that on the line with the inserters. In line with the inserters. Ah, I see. Wait. Ah, I see. So yeah, I don't need these. And I won't need that either. Yep, it'll all get powered naturally. So that's the logistics work for those. I just need to, like, say what the request is on all of these, and I need to gib bots, gib all the bots ever. Okay, restock time. Ta-da. Ta-da-da-dee-dee-da-dee-doo. Also, this is gonna use so much power. Oh my god. I don't want to think about how much power this is gonna use and how many extra roboports I'm gonna need for getting enough power to the... That's not nice. Hmm? Are you... Okay. You may have noticed I seem to have stopped caring. Okay. I have some of those, since I've stopped shoving reds down the line. How many of these did I get? A few. And not as many. Unfortunate. It'll have to be enough. Actually, 112, let's... 96. Okay. And 288. Hey, yeah, split evenly again. How many of these did I get? 14. Huh. Interesting. Let's not forget to get the bulk rail unloaders and the medium power poles, as I have tended to forget about this entire time. Medium power poles. And the bulk rail unloaders. Let's get another stack of loaders as well. Oh boy, okay. Up, up, and away. And away we go! Back to the build. The glorious build. Our first build using logistics bots. Planned out so that I don't have to ever change it. Ideally. Yes, I wanna make sure all of these get placed first. And that everything gets powered and all of that good stuff. Yeah, charge, 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 and go on your missions. Let there be power. There shouldn't be quite enough of the passive providers, but it's okay. But it's still okay. There we go. No more flashing. It has ceased flashing. And now once this gets charged, this will stop flashing at me. And now what I need to do is be very, very, very careful to make sure that I have some roboports getting placed everywhere. Oh my goodness, so many stack inserters. So many chests required. Am I finally good? No. No, of course. Of course there's more stack inserters required. Thousands. Thousands. Millions and billions. Really, I have... Okay, those are the final sets that I can place of roboports. Still need a few more. Just a few more. Let's find a roboport to shove those into. Where did I park? Down here? Hey. Would you like some Logibots? I have a few Logibots. Would you like them? I think you'll love them. Logibots are great. Okay, stations. Supply red circuits. Depot red circuits. R iron plates at red circuits. Are copper plates at red circuits. And are plastic at red circuits. You bring me iron plate. You bring me copper plate. Oh, I never finished. Right, and you bring me plastic. I never actually finished the plastic. The copper, excuse me. I never actually finished copper. The train is there, but is missing half of its wagons. And I didn't assign it a mission. Let's go ahead and do that now, shall we? I need it. I need copper. And I now need to be careful, because trains are moving. Trains are a-moving. Okay, there we go. You there. Copper supply. Depot. Full cargo. Circuit condition. Do your thing. Have I defined copper plates? No, I actually haven't. Go, go, go. Be free. Be free, my snake. My snake train. Ah, and I also wanted to stick some radars in the build for the red circuits so that I could actually, you know, see it in its entirety on the map from time to time. Looks like I also could use one right in here to see that build at all times. I like having vision. This is why I prefer running the game with upgrades to radars, or just have the ability to upgrade radars. It allows... Oh, that's some charging. Gee. I think I need power. I think I need power. I don't know about you, but I think I may need a little bit of power. Yeah. I have how many bots in this network? 987 logistic bots, all operating. And I don't even have the beacons yet. Uh-huh. Well, that's a little, blah. all of this needs to be assigned to red circuits. Wait, what? You're kidding. What? I was apparently misclicking the entire time. Da 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 da. Okay. So, I'm dying. A slow, painful death. But, we've made greater than 0 amounts of red circuits from this build. We've made an amount of red circuits from the build. That solves the immediate issue. Ah, glorious. Glorious snake trains. It's nice to see the trains, like, actually now doing their job, being on the network, going, being free. Free to collect the materials and deliver the materials to the final... Well, not quite final, but to destinations. It's gonna complain to me that there's not enough quote-unquote logistic storage. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of logistic storage. Oh, they're gonna take my trash items as well. Yeah. And they're gonna be nice and kind and put away my trash items into storage. Because they're just kind like that. You know, whenever there's actual charged robots to do things. Well, clearly, we need more power. That, I think that's pretty obvious. I need a little bit more power. Just a little bit, though. Just a smidge bit more power. Yeah, just Shift C at this point. Where'd I park? Here. Okay. So power. I will need... Do I need to grab any of my... Yeah, looks like it. I will need mining drills, and I will need steam engines and boilers. Mining drills, steam engines, and boilers. The usual. Just the usual. Oh, and inserters. Right. Oh, hey, I have some inserters. And not many of those, apparently. I need some more of you, yes. I have plenty of those. Here we have our boilers. Da 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 da. Yeah, sure, why not? And steam engines. And water sources, I have the water wells. And I have pipe, so that's good. We're ready. No, we're not. I didn't grab my mining drills, now did I? I only have 44 on me. I may want a few more than that. Just a few more than that. Let's find a spot. I vote that spot. Right by the existent stuffs. Beautiful braking force continues. So, yeah. Oh, hey, another excuse to throw this out. And almost kill myself on it. Ugh. Yeah, this is not greatly designed. Like, why? Why does it hurt me? Why does it have to hurt me? Am I not wearing a gas mask? Am I not, like, wearing a helmet? Because I'm pretty sure I'm wearing a helmet. I should not be taking damage from my own stuff. Yet, for some reason, we do. Okay. I don't need this many. I know that I don't need this many. We're doing it anyway. Oh, right, blue. We need it to be blue, not red. Ta-da! Glorious power is glorious. And, ahem, ba-da! Ahem. Just a little bit more power. It's the reason I grabbed 160. Pretty good reason I grabbed 160, and then, yeah, all that needs to be blue belt. The bots will take care of the, trees in the way. Ideally. Alright, how are you doing? You all okay here? I think so. So technically, I could do that, and that's actually enough to supply the next line. In terms of overall throughput. This is 60 items per second of coal, or 60 times 4 megajoules, 240 megajoules worth. This is gonna consume... yeah, less than that. So it's 72 times 3, or 216 for 3 rows. Each row is 72, I think. 72? Whatever 1.8 times 40 is. Yep, 72 each line. So this 4 yellow belts of stuff equivalent is equal to 3 1/3 line. I could split and merge up with another, but it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't really matter. Meaning that this next line, that we could do the same thing with this setup and split it into 3 rather than into 2, but do I really feel like splitting it or trying to split it evenly into 3 like that? Or even semi-evenly into 3 like that? Not really. No. There we go. More power. A bit more power. We could use even more power than that. We may actually need even more power than that. Because we only really added 144 megawatts to the system there. Not quite doubling the amount of available power that we had. Because remember, this is also 72 over here. We increased it by another 2 setups from 3. Went from 3 to 5. We'll need to probably spend some of our day tomorrow, or the next stream, with getting a bunch of more power. Okay, so what I got rid of was this guy. Oh my god, really? Huh. Who'd have thunk it? I apparently need more. The what? What? Stop. Oh, it filled the empty roboports with power, and then it finished filling and it dipped again. That's the problem with adding roboports, and the potential issue of adding too many at once. They each are, they're like an accumulator that tries to charge really quickly. You see the that max consumption 4 megawatts. Yeah, it treats that as a charging rate. It will draw that much to fill its internal power buffer. Each roboport has what's essentially an internal power buffer that it needs to fill up completely. That it's going to try to fill up completely, which is why we saw that big spike there. So we officially need a lot more charging than what we currently have, / a lot more robots than what we currently have to actually get this build truly online. But we have existent red circuits now. I can say that most definitely. Our red circuits exist from this build. And oh my gosh, it's amazing to be able to say that. To have done it in one stream, within the bounds of one stream, where I also did something else with plastic to wrap up the plastic build too. That's going to sit there, and then I have to define one last thing for my red circuits, and that is this. Okay. That is red circuits at scale. Of course, we now need to do a few more things, like way more power. And we could use more roboports slash logibots before we move on into blue circuits. Because if you thought this was a bit much, just you wait until you see blue circuits. It's not actually all that bad once we take into account the things here, everything being impacted by 8, everything being impacted by 8, and everything being impacted by 8. It's far fewer buildings overall, but similar issues, right? Similar issues. Very, very, very similar issues, but we need sulfuric acid. That's the main sticking point on this, is we do also need sulfuric acid for processing units. And then I need to look at how much sulfuric acid do I need in total, because somewhere in here I should be breaking down sulfuric acid. It's right here. I need 646.3 in grand total, as well as a bit of extra sulfur. So the actual petroleum I would need to go into sulfur to go into sulfuric acid, 780. That's not that big of a build. We could easily do like a 1,000 processing into as much sulfur as that makes into sulfuric acid as well, provide all that onto the network. But that is definitely on the agenda as the next build before we get into those blue circuits. Well, with that, we have reached the end of the stream for the day, folks. What did we get done? We finished plastic logistics to load into the train and got into the build for the red circuits, having decided to forego the concept of local mining and smelting for this build, as well as forego the concept of using belt logistics for this build to actually just begin to strictly rely on the robot logistics, because as you saw last time, and in the streams thus far, belt logistics suck at scale. Belt logistics absolutely suck at scale. They're very tedious to build at scale, even with my upgraded robots. Right? Can we agree? I hope we can agree that belt-based logistics like this, while it does look pretty nice when done like this, when you finish, it can look really nice. It sucks building and designing, and it takes a long time. It's very time-consuming to do that. We did this whole build in this stream for the red circuits. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. We're going to build this way going forward, and we may want to actually change the other ones to this style, but we shall see. I may just make new builds and go from there. We're still running at 60 frames, by the way. Like, that's not going to be an issue for a good while, I think. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shiva. If you've enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. As well as consider becoming an Erudite Otaku member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button, as well as supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowbut if you're so inclined and able. And I shall return at the turn of this next hour for more of the Stardew Valley Beach Farm playthrough. And I hope to see you all on our next one.